All right, so you are looking at live pictures from Capitol Hill, where House Democrats are currently voting to elect a new generation of leaders. Congressman Hakeem Jeffries is set to be elected the first Black party leader in Congress. The House is also voting on a bill to hopefully avert a railroad strike. So CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane is following all of this for us from Capitol Hill. Good to see you, Scott. Let's talk about what are you hearing at the moment about what's going on?
Well, it's going to be a coronation more than an election today. Early this afternoon, there'll be a vote in the House Democratic Caucus to name Hakeem Jeffries, the New York congressman, the new House Democratic leader. It's a sea change. It ends the leadership tenure of Speaker Nancy Pelosi, a historic figure herself. Hakeem Jeffries will be the first Black leader to be a congressional House leader in the U.S. Congress. Catherine Clark of suburban Boston expected to be elected or coronated today as the House Democratic whip, supplanting Speaker Pelosi as the highest-ranking woman in the U.S. Congress. And Pete Aguilar of California, who's been known for his work on the January 6th Select Committee, will be the new number 3 leader in the House Democratic Caucus. They're all running unopposed, so this is going to be simply a finishing of a process that played out over the past 2 weeks. They are the new House Democratic leaders.
Are there any updates, Scott, on the House voting on a bill to prevent rail workers from striking?
That's the first priority in what is a legislative traffic jam. It's all coming to the same intersection at once. There are some huge things Congress has to get done by the end of December. This is priority number 1, passing the legislation formally to avert a crippling railroad strike that would do untold damage to the U.S. economy. There'll be a House vote tonight. There's likely going to be, according to my sources, a unique coalition of Democrats and Republicans who will have to get this thing passed because there are objections to this deal among Democrats inside the majority, including from the House Transportation Committee chair. There are certainly going to be objections to anything the Biden administration is supporting from House Republicans. So there'll be some type of coalition of both parties. And then it's got to get through the U.S. Senate, where a similar bit of math or puzzling will have to be done. It's likely to get done, though. Let's be unequivocal about that, because the prospect of a strike is just devastating, and they want to avert that here.
So before we let you go, we're going to talk about the former president's taxes. Yes, we're still talking about that. Former President Trump had a bit of a loss, tried to get the Supreme Court to block the release of his taxes. They did not rule in his favor or decide in his favor. And so now presumably he's going to have to hand them over to Congress. You spoke to the House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Richard Neal about the legal fight to obtain the president's taxes, the former president's taxes. What did he say to you about where things stand right now?
Yeah, Anne-Marie, that's another one of those legislative cars that's in the traffic jam. The House Ways and Means Committee fought this battle for years to get Trump's taxes, and the chairman told me they're going to move on it, complete their work before the time is up. And time is really up for them at the end of this calendar year. The House Ways and Means Committee will switch into Republican control, and certainly a Republican chairman of the Ways and Means Committee wouldn't want to move on a Trump tax investigation. So there's a finite amount of time for the committee to do whatever it plans to do with the taxes. That's where things get tricky. The committee cannot acknowledge publicly if or when they've received the taxes, or if they've received them already. IRS regulations prohibit that. So it's possible the committee has them in their hands already and just can't say it. What they plan to do? Well, there's going to be a report they issue, an investigation they undertake once they review the taxes. But that report's going to have to come out in short order, likely in the next 4 weeks. So add that to the legislative traffic jam we're all navigating here.
All right, to be continued. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.